Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Invitational 2 once again. This is where new players are built, where players rise to the occasion, and what an occasion we have on display right here. Akimoto versus Grovyle, a matchup for Ro16, rivaling the likes of Lansky versus Hetzer of the previous iteration. While Akimoto rose up to be one of the best Tekken hidden performers during the earlier weeks of the ringy scrims, Grovyle, meanwhile, has risen up to be one of the best all-rounders from the ringy scrims. Akimoto setting some insane HD scores that some veterans would struggle to pull off in match. Karma HDFC and near HDFC on Dissolve as well. Grovyle, meanwhile, from 350k average on 6 to 350k average on 6.8 stars. At the lowest SR that the bracket has to offer, these two will have to fight tooth and nail to try and advance to the next stage. Who will come out between these two giants? Who will take it home and make it to winner's quarters? Welcome to Akimoto versus Grovyle, ladies and gentlemen. It is me once again, Gabra SS, to join you in the commentator's booth alongside with me, Leferil. I'm not a fancy lad in the commentator's booth. What are your thoughts on this match? What's up? Welcome.
Oh, this match is such a spicy one. It's round of 16 as well. So having such a good match early on, it's actually crazy how we got both of these players matched up in just the first round. That Wheel of Fortune was not messing around a couple days ago. But yeah, Akimoto against Grovyle. Akimoto coming out as one of the best players in the teams, as well as Grovyle. Akimoto probably the best hidden player out of everyone, out of all the new players and everyone in this invitational as well. Grovyle, meanwhile, one of the better all-rounders, I would say. Maybe even the best all-rounder that came out of the rainy scrims, because in terms of weaknesses, it's really hard to give him any. When you think about it, he can play all the mods as well. So Akimoto here, he's gonna be the one playing against with the bans. Like, he has to ban a bit better than Grovyle here. Grovyle, meanwhile, he has fairly clear bans here. Hidden 2, very obvious there. Nomad 6 maybe. And maybe even the Hidden 3 is a choice for Grovyle, depending on what he feels like for this pull. But other than that, Grovyle can play very freely on like the Hard Rock and DTs against Akimoto, and he's gonna have to fight a bit more on the Nomads. Akimoto gonna have to rely on those. He's gonna have to rely on the Nomad and the hidden pool mostly here. I don't think Akimoto's gonna go for anything below that middle point in the pool. But we'll see what the first bans are for both players.
It's gonna be an uphill battle for Akimoto, despite his strong specialization on those hiddens. He does have weaknesses, and against an all-rounder of Grovyle's caliber, that is just not what you want, having weaknesses against someone like that. So bans are gonna come in. You mentioned HD2 Nomad 6. I do believe Grovyle, I mean, yeah, he is probably the best all-rounder to come out of the rainy scrim, so still capable on the low AR. Instead, he's gonna ban HD1 over the reading. Probably just gonna leave those for Akimoto to pick later on. And Akimoto, I'm expecting some of the HRs, the DTs. Not too sure if he is capable of playing that DT2 or Nomad 5. I feel like those are also potential bans for him to go for as well. The tapping against Grovyle. And yeah, he does go for the DT1 ban. Maybe not too comfortable on the high BPM bursts and the high AR. And that are your bans for, you know, the first ban phase. It's gonna be DT1, HD1 off the table. It seems like maybe these two players not too comfy on the aim. And Akimoto is just gonna go in guns blazing. It is the reading. It is Watashi Dake Yurei. As your first map for the match, it's Zidorn's Ghostly Insane.
Ooh, similar things happening here from the previous match as well. We saw Lugium getting rid of the Hidden 2. Meanwhile, Grovyle gets rid of the Hidden 1 here. Akimoto bans the DT1, which is comparable to how Aimless banned the DT2. So fairly similar first ban phase there for this match compared to what happened last time, and also the same first map. But we'll see if Akimoto here can match what Aimless did and the Marklor as well in those previous two matches that we saw. Since Grovyle can also take this one away from Akimoto, because Grovyle is actually so good at low AR as well. This is already a coin flippable map for both players.
I feel like Akimoto is just looking to pick stuff that he knows he's good at, he knows he's performed before. This guy has done really well on the low AR, the HD2s, that type of stuff. He just goes for it, guns blazing, picks it off the bat, you know, not pulling his punches as his first pick. And so far, you know, they both hold the combo through that first section, but it is Grovyle with that early lead, as he can also play this as well. You mentioned the scores from Marklor and Aimless Freak. I'm fairly confident to see we're going to be seeing some really high scores from both these players. This is a very simple and approachable reading map. Granted that you have the base skill of being able to read AR8 mechanics. So I'm assuming both of these players have practiced this map a little bit. So it's just going to come down to which player just manages to shake their cursor off of some of these overlaps. It's the first Ki. We're going towards the second quarter now.
Yeah, no break so far. An accuracy check for both players. They're still very nice. 98 for both. And the first Ki does pass, but Akimoto, the first one to break. His own pick here is now looking to maybe be taken away by Grovyle. And Grovyle still no response. His 450 combo and continuing his FC, and with the accuracy lead as well. So that's probably going to go way in favor of him for now. We're pushing the halfway point of the map here. I think some sliders coming soon. We gotta watch out for that. We saw Aimless Freak and Lugium somewhat die on that part in last time, but Akimoto continuing to break. And here comes another Ki. Grovyle is looking poised to take this one away, as he is not uncomfortable on this at all. These sliders, he's assessing them. Akimoto's trying to make something work. He's hitting them, but he misreads again. Completely unprepared. This first pick is not going well for Akimoto, but here comes the slider part that everyone struggles on. Grovyle still on the assessing. Akimoto breaks again, and now I think it's completely out of his hands. Now it's Grovyle to try and take advantage of this massive, massive lead.
Right.
See what score he can get. Amazing accuracy and no slider break from Grovyle.
What the hell is this performance? I feel like, yeah, there's not really much you can do about that. Akimoto looking to pick something that he feels he's good on. But against an all-rounder of Grovyle's caliber, what can you really do if you're just not able to play at your best? When this guy is here pulling off stuff like this, 98.5 and still going with the FC. This is the best accuracy that we have seen so far in the past 3 matches. And he does find the miss. It's not going to be the top score from him, but you can see just how comfortable this guy is. You can see just how strong this guy is when he gets to play skill sets that he can play. And Grovyle, he can play absolutely anything. You're going to be seeing scores like this from him on practically most of the maps later on. Akimoto looking to try and reading abuse. Unfortunately, Grovyle, he's put on his reading glasses for today, man. It's a 700. It's a 700k.
Guys, absolutely clean score there from Grovyle, taking that away. The first point from Akimoto, and that I feel spells disaster already. It's the first couple letters for Akimoto, as he does lose the first low AR map of his pool, and he only has hidden 2 left. And you know what Grovyle can do on these hidden 2s. But first, he's gonna have to deal with the speed from Grovyle, and I mean, what is Akimoto gonna do on this DT2?
Yeah, I feel like I think all of the DT maps are very tapping oriented, and DT2, this one is no exception to that rule. There's still the Nomad 5 in play. Akimoto, it's just such an uphill battle for him, having to have so many tapping oriented maps in the pool for him to deal with. And there's not really much you can do. Akimoto, he may have performed very, very well as a specialist during the rainy scrims. But here in a 1v1 situation, you know, you're on your own, there's nowhere left to hide. You're gonna have to keep your wits about and not shake off these patterns because you're on your own. There's no other combos here to support you, and unfortunately, so far, I don't think he's just gonna be able to hold at all. Nomad 6 seems to be a bit of a disaster, and DT2 seems like that is no exception as well. It's a speed abuse, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this is way too fast for Akimoto. Grovyle dropping a bit of AC as well, but I mean, what? You even have to worry when you're up 20% against your opponent. Akimoto is just completely disabled on this mod. And I mean, it's DT2 against Akimoto. It's pretty much a Grovyle guarantee here. He can stop playing, and I think he would still have a fairly good chance of winning this map. I mean, let's talk about what Akimoto can do after this, because he lost a Nomad 6. Hidden 2 is somewhat doable for Grovyle, so maybe even he could pick into that, who knows. Hidden 3 is, I feel like, the only map where he has the advantage on clearly. And, I mean, the rest of the Nomads Grovyle can play, so with how the pool is looking for Akimoto, he has to deal with 3 Hard Rocks, 3 DT, or 1 more DT,
One more.
Everything else is a coin flip. This is a rough situation for Akimoto. He's already down 2 points.
Yeah, he cannot afford to lose any more breakpoints after this, because we're gonna be seeing a lot more of stuff like this happening later on. DT3, Nomad 5 still being in play. Grovyle looking to abuse the tapping off the bat. He gets a 500k lead, 630k score. That's an S rank. He didn't even miss on the bursts. You know, Akimoto is just gonna have to fight, man. You're just gonna have to try and do his best on the picks that he has. And I would say Nomad 1 is, you know, somewhat one of those picks. You mentioned the rest of the Nomads being a bit of a coin flip. I would say Akimoto is one of the stronger aim players in this bracket. Grovyle, although he is a particularly strong all-rounder, I'm not too sure how strong he is when it comes to aim per se, especially on a map that's as consistent as this. I'm surprised not to see the more techie maps like Nomad 4, or as you mentioned, HD3, or even the other reading map in HD2. So Maybe Akimoto looking to save those for later. Very, very weird considering we have the next ban phase coming in after Grovyle's next pick. But who knows? Maybe Akimoto just looking to go for something he's comfy on. The Nomad 1. Let's just hope it works out for him because it's 4 minutes of pure aim.
Yeah, hopefully this time we don't get any disconnects, because Aimless Streak left us hanging there after it disappeared. I feel like we're gonna see the same thing here. It's gonna be long FCs for both players. It's gonna come down right at the end to see who can hold their nerve. Both players, though, have been playing matches the past month with mini scrims. They know each other very well. They've been teaming each other in those scrims as well. And now they're here up against each other. So Akimoto, I feel he is definitely on the back foot here. He has way more pressure on him to win his maps compared to Grovyle, because he has no choice. Grovyle, meanwhile, he has very much a hold on all of the maps here on this pool. He can play the entire pool, I feel like. Akimoto just can't give any kind of breakpoint. You know, he's already has on that Nomad 6. So we'll see if that extra bit of experience coming from Akimoto can come into play here, as he is the only, I think, one of the few players coming out of Rainy Sims who actually has had tourney experience prior to that. And you can see it coming in here with the SS still going for Akimoto. Grovyle a little bit behind with, I think, like 2-3-100s from him. And that will actually be another miss as he loses the combo. And now it's, after that first TI, Akimoto to try and extend his score lead as much as possible before Grovyle can build something back up.
This is a really, really big advantage. You're going into the middle sections of the map. If Akimoto can keep this up, this is looking to be very, very much secured for him here. Grovyle's score has literally just been cut in half with that miss there. And although the accuracy looking really, really good for him, there's just nothing you can do when your opponent is FCing as you have just missed. So Akimoto finally looking to get on the board here. It seems like the aim was the answer that he was looking for. Grovyle just not as comfy. Although he has a lot more maps on his table, although the pressure is on Akimoto here, Akimoto showing that he has the experience in play. He can play calm, cool, collected when he needs to, especially on maps as scary, on maps as volatile as the Nomad 1, completely shredding and SSing those streams. Grovyle will match it, but to what avail, man? To what avail?
Yeah, you're 600 combo down here if you're Grovyle, and 1/3 of the map is left. Even if Akimoto breaks here, it's still plenty of time for him to build that combo and fight you off on this last part of the map, and time is running out for both players. Akimoto sees it, he's 99.91 accuracy as well, by the way. I think that's 1x100. He is super comfortable on this. Grovyle still doing very well, but that one miss really set him back quite a lot. And he is looking at a 200,000 score lead here, almost out of reach. I feel like if the score lead reaches 250k, he's basically out of time, as Grovyle, I mean, he's still on the FC, and you can't really do anything as Grovyle here but pray that he misses right now. And I mean, what can you do there? Grovyle misses right there again, and that is Nomad 1 called. Their map is already over. Now we'll just see if Akimoto can close this out with 99.93 accuracy. He is so comfortable on the aim. And he went for this knowing this. Akimoto completely dominant on this Nomad 1. Okay, he is still the highest score.
Dominant. Yeah, still dominant. Still the highest score. I think it was the best combo, beating even Ryugun's score on this. And what a performance. What an accuracy. I was a bit doubtful of this pick, but it seems like Akimoto just looking to go for what he knows he is good at. And that is for sure the aim, as you can see right here. 850k on the table.
Yeah, that might be 1 point going on Akimoto's side of the table, but on the other side of it, he's looking at, I think, like 6 more maps where Grovyle can just go haywire on.
Nice.
And Akimoto could just I feel like he should just go for the DT3 here, because if not, then it's definitely getting banned by Akimoto in this next fan phase.
Oh,
Oh,
you mentioned DT3, but I see another speed map that you may have missed. That Nomad 5 still open. Grovyle is just gonna go for it, man. GT3, albeit being high AR, albeit being a bit flowy, a bit bursty. You mentioned it, you said it last time. It is quite an accessible BPM. So I would say that's relatively playable, accessible for Akimoto if you practice. This one, not so much. It's 245 goddamn BPM. So God bless Akimoto. Granted, it's a lot less stamina focused. It's a lot more bursty, but Jesus Christ, the BPM for this SR quite difficult. Grovyle has shown what he can do on speed maps before. Akimoto, he's got a lot to prove on this map, I have to say.
yeah, he's already dropping accuracy, man. It's just the first couple versus Grovyle. You know what he can do on these speed maps. He played a lot of them in the rainy scrims, and it came out as one of the best players in terms of tapping as well. Only behind like players like Luffy and I think Senrox, and as well as that I think guy that one of those first few guys we had but dropped off. This one he was the best speed player, but he dropped out of the scrims. And I mean, with that guy being gone, I feel like Grovyle is the best rainy scrims speed player that we have right now. Akimoto, I mean, he's looking at Nike 1 over here, already down despite the FC. It's kind of like what Amos was doing earlier.
Wait.
Grovyle does break, but I highly doubt Akimoto is gonna combo game this one.
There is potential, honestly. There is potential. It is a bursty map. The stream lengths are not too long. He just has to hold and mash for dear God life. Oh my God. This is actually a potential. We might be seeing a worse HR player versus Emmerich.
No way.
Nomad 5 deal. If he can combo game this would be a massive break point. He's still holding on the burst. But it's the hardest part left to come left.
Oh, wait!
He misses again! Akimoto, he might actually be able to do it on this map!
He's not even double tapping, he's actually tapping these. Despite dropping level accuracy, he keeps his combo. It's 900 now, approaching 1,000. 1,000 combo for Akimoto on a Nomad 5. What is this? He drops 50s, but it's still the FC! Grovyle is as confused as everyone else. How is he doing this? He's now 100k above Grovyle. And despite being 6% down, he finally breaks. But is it enough? Is it enough, Gabbers? There's 1/3 of the map left. Grovyle, his combo is not that big.
It's such a dense map too. The score lead is barely going to budge. Grovyle needs to play this final part to absolute perfection here. And I feel like he's gonna need more blood from Akimoto to spill. We have a less dense part. It's a bit of an alt section. It's gonna give Grovyle some time to build some combo, but not a lot of notes for him to hit here. It's gonna come up to the end. It's another slider break from Akimoto. He had it, but it seems like it's gonna slip off of his fingers. Worst HR player be damned. This is just not it. We're not gonna be seeing the upset on the Nomad 5 today. Grovyle is going to hold on to dear life, and barely by the tip of his fingers, he closes out the Nomad 5, getting a 3rd point on the board. Jesus Christ.
Massive lead there in the middle for Akimoto. That 1k combo doing him wonders, but he just could not hold on. Grovyle, the accuracy doing amazingly for him as well. Only that one-sider break a little bit before the middle of the map, and he does manage to perform into the ending as well. Nerves not getting to him there. He saw that Akimoto had a 1k combo and just decided, okay, I need to combo the rest of this map or else I am losing. And he does. Here comes the second ban phase now. Akimoto, instantly the DT3 is gone. And Grovyle does ban the hidden tree, and well, that's like all of Akimoto's comfortable picks left.
I'm not too sure about Akimoto's chances now. That would have been the most important point for him to have gotten that Nomad 5 right there. Beating Grovyle on the tapping and equalizing the scoreline here after losing that Nomad 6. But yeah, Akimoto Honestly, he should have just went for the HD3 before that second ban phase, because, I mean, he should have expected it was gonna get banned anyways. Unfortunately, it's not going to be left on him for the to pick now, and that just means he's gonna have to go for the more volatile picks, the techs, the ults on the Nomad, as well as the Nomad 2. Grovyle can play this. Akimoto's really good at this, but he's gonna have to put up a real damn good show if he wants to secure this point. It's the Nomad 4, it's Be With You.
We had Aimless and Lugim struggle on this a bit. If these two play out any better, especially in the beginning. I don't know what people are missing in here at the start. I feel like this map ramps up more than it does the spike a lot at the start. Maybe, I guess, getting used to it is part of why they were missing earlier, but we'll see if players are prepared for the tech. We haven't seen tech at all this match yet, mostly because the only tech maps are here, and I think the Hard Rock trees, so there's not much to pick here in terms of tech. Hidden Tree is the flow, so Akimoto would have loved to pick that, but now he's gonna have to go with the Nomad here. First one to break as well, and now Grovyle is on the driver's seat for the first part of this map.
That's not good. It's another slider break. You don't want your opponent to have a steady lead at the start of a map like this. That's 2 minutes long. That combo is gonna do so much damage, especially as we reach the later parts of the map. Akimoto, he just cannot find the combo. And while Grovyle does finally find a miss to trade out, Akimoto has nothing to capitalize that miss from Grovyle with. And it's a 90k secured over to his opposing side. He needs to fight back. Akimoto needs more blood to spill. Grovyle will slider break there. And I think we have a bit of a slow part coming in. But 160 combo versus 60. That 100 combo lead can only do so much. He needs to wait for Grovyle to miss a little bit more, and he needs to hold steady for the rest of the map. Grovyle finds a very unorthodox miss on that slider. I think that was a slider break there. He misaimed, but Akimoto trading right before the ramp up. And that's going to steal it, I think. There's barely any map left. If Grovyle just holds on a little bit longer, as long as he holds that accuracy lead, I think this is another big point on the board.
Yeah, Akimoto could not afford losing that 200 combo that he had from the slower part there. If he held on, he would have actually brought this back. But Akimoto and Grovyle is continuing to trade, and that favors it because Grovyle just came out on top in the beginning. Akimoto could not find any sort of combo at the start. He's getting like punished for that very much. And that's another breakpoint on the side of Grovyle. 4-1 now, and he gets to play 2-match point here with possibly a Hard Rock. And Akimoto cannot do anything about it.
My god. Akimoto, one of the most feared Tekken HD specialists, getting put down in such a fashion by Grovyle. It just shows how much this guy has risen in terms of his depth in these skill sets. You look at this guy a month or two prior, and you would not be seeing the same kind of scores that you're seeing right now from this guy. Grovyle, he could potentially push this to match point, but it's not the HRs just yet. Is he gonna keep on going for the tapping abuse? It's Nomad 2. I find this a bit questionable. Akimoto, I feel like he is decently capable of playing flow Nomad 2s such as this that aren't too difficult in terms of the stamina test. If I remember correctly, like one of the first weeks of Rainy Scrims, Akimoto pulled up a 97 FC on minus plus. Granted, that was 5.8 or something, but you know, he can play his fair share of flow. I think this is going to be really close. Grovyle, I understand the strategy, but will it work out? That is the question. Let's see.
Grovyle wants to keep picking tapping here though, but it's not the kind of tapping that keeps Akimoto out of the map. It's kind of like how Aimless was doing very well on that Nomad 2 against Lugim. This is a similar situation here. Very surprised Grovyle hasn't gone for a Hard Rock. He would most definitely win any of those maps there. That's still open, by the way. So I guess, I mean, he wants to play it safe. He knows he's one speed, or tapping, so he's gonna go for more tapping. But so far, the tapping has not worked out that well for Grovyle here in the first couple streams. It's now the 95. Akimoto showing that he can do streams. It's just the higher BPM that he can't do. So we'll see if he can flow his way here throughout this Nomad 2 and take it away from Grovyle, because he's gonna have to if he wants to stay in this match.
This would be an incredibly important pick for Akimoto to take. He cannot let Grovyle push this to match point. He can play these streams. I know that for a fact. The stream links are not too long. It's only 196 BPM. You look at the accuracies. Akimoto looks to be maybe a bit more comfortable. And there you go. It's a slider pick from Grovyle. It seems like this might have been a little bit of a mistake picking this map against him. The flow just not there from Grovyle. He's struggling on the streams. And it's Akimoto that's the first TI.
1/3 of the way through and still a combo for Akimoto, and it's not like the Nomad 5 where he was down 7% accuracy. Meanwhile, he's actually up accuracy. Akimoto is out 98.4, above by 2% than Grovyle there. So now it's Grovyle on the back foot here on the tapping map actually, and honestly, it's not like you said, it's not that bad on the tapping. It's more on the flow, and that's what Grovyle's been missing on. Not ready for this at all, and gonna have to rethink his choices here on this Nomad 2. There's no speed left in the map, or in the pool, thankfully. So you don't have to think about that anymore. So I just feel like it's gonna be up to Grovyle to see whether or not he picks the Hard Rock or something in the Nomad. But I feel like if you're picking like the Nomad tree against Akimoto, you're doing something wrong here. But you know, Akimoto definitely doing something right because he is still on the FC 1.2k combo, and we're past the halfway point now. He is starting to accelerate his score gain. And this next couple combo, if he hits his key, I think he has won this map by quite a big margin now, as Grovyle has missed like 20 notes in a row, and that is this Nomad 2 sealed. Akimoto is still in this match.
Showing just what he can do on this Nomad 2. Grovyle has just made a massive mistake here, potentially handing Akimoto a key back into this match. It seems like the aim not going well for Grovyle so far. Nomad 1, a disaster. Nomad 2 looking to be another disaster as well. He does have a recovery. If Akimoto misses soon, there is a potential, but he just will not let go. There you go. There's a little bit of some act drops, a bit of overstreaming, I believe, on those streams, but still holding the combo. He does not want to let go, and Grovyle losing the combo.
Akimoto, he's overstreaming, literally. How are you doing this? 2,000 combo, he's looking for the FC here. The biggest streams are now gone, and he, oh no!
Oh man.
Drops on the floor right at the end, but still it's double the score of Grovyle, and that is Nomad 2. As we said earlier, Akimoto's point, and now he gets to pick this Hidden 2 next, because it is his pick. Grovyle still cannot underestimate Akimoto here. He is still in this game.
God damn. Akimoto, you pick the first 2 maps in the pool against him, and this guy is gonna cook. Nomad 1, Nomad 2. This guy's an aim player, bro. Goddamn jump, flow aim. What do you do? Grovyle making a big mistake. It seems like he was expecting Akimoto to be a bit tapping gapped, and it just wasn't there. He just did not struggle at all. Absolutely held it to the end. And, you know, there's an opportunity for something to be built here. Now, HD2 is open. Nomad 3 as well, a potential pick from Akimoto. I don't see him going for the HRs. I feel like Grovyle probably just going to go for those and see if he can abuse Akimoto on higher AR or precision. I feel like that's one of Akimoto's weaknesses. Something like HR3, HR2. Akimoto, what do you go for? He's gonna go for HD2. I was thinking maybe he'd be a bit scared to go for reading off the bat after losing Nomad 6. But it is, as you mentioned, it's not Nomad 3. It's gonna be HD2. It is last liar standing. God damn. Who knew we'd ever see foreground eclipse HD2? What the hell is this?
I mean, if you bump the AR up a bit, this is basically just a burst map, and then it's literally just a burst map. Yeah, it's on the floor, more flowy side though, so that's why this is the Hidden 2. It's low AR, very dense, and that's something Akimoto is very good at. Grovyle, we saw him on the perfect stack, so we'll see if he can match up to Akimoto here on something more with flow aim. And the Hidden, first Hidden for this match, and it's finally Akimoto on the Hidden.
Yep. I was thinking he was gonna eventually go for HD3 before the second ban phase. Unfortunately, losing that, he's only gonna have one HD to work with, and so far, he's getting used to it. He has 59 hack. Seems like maybe he stared a little bit too deep towards the gaping abyss, and there you go. He lost his track of the notes, but it's fine. It's a somewhat decently long map and pretty dense, honestly, for an HD2 because it is low AR flow. So Akimoto, he's gonna have some time to build it back, but so far he does not look comfortable on this at all, despite being hailed as one of the more comfortable, one of the more prolific HD players to come out of the scouts this year. Grovyle is just looking way more comfortable. Grovyle has a 10% accuracy lead practically over Akimoto going past that first quarter.
Yeah, Grovyle, again, he's so well-rounded. He can play any of these skill sets. And it shows. He's so good at the lower AR as well. And the hidden. It just, well, he had to double ban hidden because he's against Akimoto out of all people. But he's actually in the accuracy lead here against Akimoto on the hidden too, his specialty. And we're halfway through. We're looking at still an FC from Grovyle and another miss from Akimoto, and it's looking bleak, average. We're halfway through, and it's Grovyle doubling his score. This is not a good look.
Akimoto knows he's made a big mistake. It seems like he hasn't put as much practice on this map as he should have. He just looks like the worst player on this map as a whole. Finding those breaks just not clean at all with the flow, and despite winning that Nomad too, he's unable to aim this properly. I feel like the low AR flow is just not there for him. He's under aiming, over aiming. He's unable to follow the strings properly, and tanking his accuracy like that. It seems like he's just running out of options for this map. Grovyle is still FCing. He still has the FC 95% accuracy going into 96 in this final TI. Grovyle doesn't care at all that reading is being played into him. He's looking to repeat what happened in Nomad 6. He is looking to run this down, and although it is not going to be an FC, Slider the Big is going to be coming in. There's just nothing on Akimoto's side to fight back with. Grovyle is looking to bounce back despite making a mispick on that Nomad 2. He is gonna run it down on the HD2, proving that he is the better reading player. This is his map, and this is his match. Match point on the board.
Yeah, Akimoto just... It's a B rank on the hidden 2. That's not what you would expect from Akimoto. He's lost hidden 2 and Nomad 6 as well. And yeah, here we're already calling it. Grovyle just instantly into the hard rock pool. And it's hard rock 2. Precision for Grovyle. And we'll just see what kind of score he puts up on this. Because Akimoto. I don't think Akimoto's going to do anything on this. It would be quite a miracle. Even more so than what he did in that Nomad 5.
Yeah.
It's higher AR, man.
Grovyle is one of the best HR skill cap players I think that we have in the bracket. Akimoto, meanwhile, you look at his previous matches and you see him in for HD, in for Nomad, usually out for HR. When you put him on free mod, he's usually on HD. And I feel like that spells a story, man. I don't think this guy is comfy on HR at all. And I think Grovyle's just looking to abuse that. I think we've been waiting for this since the start of the match. Grovyle looking to abuse HR's, the precision eventually, HR2, HR3. And here we go, he's on match point. He can put a swift end to this match if he can comfortably get a solid lead on this map. Akimoto has a lot more to prove on this map than he did on that Nomad 5, man.
Akimoto, I mean. Sorry, my head's still in that previous match. Akimoto, what can you do on this Hard Rock 2? Grovyle. We already saw one miss there from Akimoto. We'll see if he can ease his way into this Hard Rock 2. Looks like he's acting it fairly okay. So like maybe he has practiced this map.
It's a very simple map. It's just like No Mod 6. Very, very simple in hindsight. You just have to be comfy with the skill set as a whole. It's just straightforward aim. Only difference is it is at a CS of 6.5. So if you can play the CS, this should be a fairly comfy, fairly easy map for you to play. But so far, Akimoto, you can already see that he's not as comfortable as Grovyle on this map. It is a 6% hack difference here. And we're going to be going into the first TI.
Grovyle is actually the first one to miss there, but it's Akimoto right after. So actually, with Grovyle missing, we could see some combo gear here coming from Akimoto. Just a bit of more accuracy, but if he can get some kind of combo going with Grovyle's, because Grovyle also has lower accuracy as well.
Oh.
This is actually very much in range for Akimoto. He's keeping it close. We're about 1/3 of the way through the map, and the score is still only 20,000 in favor of Grovyle. He has also been missing a lot, so Akimoto, don't count yourself out on this hard rock 2. You can still take this one. You just need to find some combo here in the second half of the map.
It's important in situations like these. You give your best, you give your all, and you never give up until it's over. There is an opportunity here. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Akimoto must simply reach out to it. He needs to hold for damn life here and wait for Grovyle to find that miss, because that accuracy is just doing so much damage. They missed the same slider! And that means it's just gonna come down to the last TI.
It actually is. It's 30,000 in favor of Grovyle. He has the accuracy, but can Akimoto find the combo over him? He breaks again, but at the same time,
oh my God.
Grovyle, again, they've been breaking at the same time for the entire map here, and no one can find a significantly big combo over the other. It's just the accuracy for Grovyle, that 5% extra over Akimoto, but we'll see if Akimoto here can find one more big combo, because this is his last chance in the winner's bracket. Let's see, Akimoto and Grovyle, they both have the same combo. It's 60,000 in favor of Grovyle, and the map starts to ramp up even more here. The cross trains, they both hit it. Akimoto almost misses, but drops some accuracy. Grovyle nearly hitting again, but there's the first break from Grovyle.
Wait.
Let's see if there's enough time. Akimoto, can you do it? No, you won't. Breaks right at the end. And that is Akimoto's run in the winner's bracket called off by Grovyle. And that is 6-2 to end it.
Valiant effort on the HR2. He cut it damn close, but unfortunately, the depth in terms of map pool from Grovyle, the depth in terms of skill sets that he has available to him was just too strong. 2-6 in Grovyle's favor, and that just spells the end of Akimoto's run in the winner's bracket. Grovyle proving why he is to be feared, coming out of that Philippines versus Australia match, putting up an insane performance on 6.8 SR. And now with this, I feel like Grovyle definitely looking to push himself to be one of the favorites in this bracket. Akimoto, I can still see him cooking up a storm in the losers bracket. You know, he still has he still has had an insane performance across his weeks of the rainy scrims, playing very well on the hiddens. Unfortunately, his weaknesses were just too much for him to bear, and that just really counts on a 1v1 bracket where you have nowhere left to hide. Grovyle performing really well on practically every map. That's just gonna push him towards winner's quarters, and that spells the end of this match. GG well played to both players, and that's gonna be it for this match, I believe. We have, if I remember correctly, we do have another match coming in later. Trip versus Ashwagafu in like 19 minutes, yeah. 13 UTC, Trip versus Ashwagafu, and I do believe there's another match after that, 14 UTC, Bloopy versus Dance. So stay tuned for that. We still have a lot left to see here. These prospects have a lot more to cook with. But unfortunately for Akimoto, that's the last of him cooking in the winner's bracket. Down to the losers you go. And Grovyle advances. GG will play to both players. That's going to be it for this match. Wait for the next 2 matches for today, and wait as well for the next couple of matches tomorrow. That's it for the Invitational for now. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. It's been me, Gabriel says. I don't know where the hell my partner went. Laforel just seemed to have disappeared, but oh well. We'll see you guys next time.